Working on cars can be a lot of fun. It can be very rewarding because you get exactly what you're looking for. It can also be rewarding in terms of being an artistic reward, or it can just be a way that you can either make money, save money, or like me, just have a way that you can provide a means of service to people. People keep in contact with me for years on end. But it can be hard on your health, like your back, like in this video. When you're working on cars, you're going to find that there's certain things that you can do that will save your hands from cracking, like wearing gloves. That's a wonderful thing. There's other things that you can do to save more important parts of your body, namely your back. Now, I'm 6'3", and when I work on a little Honda like this, like I'm going to do a starter or something, when I reach down in here, you know, if I do this all day, it's going to be both hard on my hips, knees, and back. See how I'm leaning with the knees on the bumper, and I'm using my hips to kind of leverage from there. And most of all, I'm bending clear over like this, which is hard on my back. Now, I'm a tough guy. I've got a strong back, and I can use that, and I can take it, and I can do it. But what it does is it causes the muscles along the sides of the spine to really become agitated. They become sore, and they pull on the nerves. When you pull on the nerves trigger other muscles, and they take your column, your spinal column, and they pull it out of whack. They call that a subluxation. And basically you just have muscles and nerves that are in a vicious cycle that cause you to be out of whack. There was a month one time when I was doing some struts on a Volkswagen, a little Golf with the cartridge struts, and I was pulling on a wrench, just pulling like crazy, and I used all my back muscles to pull that rusty thing apart. And basically I felt something. It didn't hurt at the time. It actually felt kind of cool. It was like a tingly, like but then I was crooked for a month. I could not stand up straight. So here's a tool that is awesome for saving your back. It seems a little bit funny of an idea because it's not directly for working on cars, but as somebody who fixes cars, works on cars, maintains cars, and you know, I can get a car that's just on its last leg to come back to life and just be awesome. But what do you do to maintain yourself? What do you do to maintain your back? If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. If you don't have a good, strong back, your days of working on cars are done. There's a lot of people that are concerned about the profession of being able to do it for a long period of time to be able to support a family, etc. If you do it for too long, it can really take a toll on your health. So here's a tool that I absolutely love. As with most of my tool reviews, I don't do a review on a tool unless I have something positive to say about it. Mama said if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. You know, I'll give it some good honest feedback. You know, for an example like this, you don't even have to lift it up. It saves your back that much. You can just dump it out on a certain part of the property. If you want to do some mulch or do it in a garden, that's great. But it chops it up small so that it'll fit in the trash can if you want to get rid of it that way. I've got my own little use for it that you'll see at the end of the video. But this little Agri-Fab 38-inch sweeper is just awesome. Now, the way I came onto this wasn't given to me. It's not sponsored. I got it from a Craigslist ad with this lawnmower and a little trailer. Altogether, I think I paid about $700. Now, there's certain things that I just don't like, you know, or there's certain things that are just tough. In the wintertime, everything's covered with snow here. I mean, you're just deep, deep in snow. So I've done some things to make it easier to snow blow, and that way I'm excited to do it. If it snows a lot, I'm like, hey, I got my snow blower. It's going to be fun. I got my ski pass. I'm going to go play. But with the leaves, it just hurt my back to just rake and rake and rake and rake over and over, day after day. I've got this great big tall tulip tree and a maple tree that just produce a lot of leaves. And so with this little tool, I don't sweat it. It takes me probably, I mean, you've seen how fast these leaves have all gone. I mean, there's quite a bit there. But I just get it taken care of really quickly, really efficiently, and it's actually kind of fun. It's like a little go-kart track thing. So like I say, I bought the whole package for about $700. These Agri-Fab things, you can pick them up for a couple $100 if you already have a riding lawnmower. You know, I always thought it was kind of a sissy, luxury, pansy way to do it, you know, doing the riding lawnmower thing. But the more that I've had it, the more that I've used it, the more it's been a great thing for my health. I mean, health insurance with all of these new mandates and things are just going nuts. I mean, like my insurance, significantly more expensive. It's like you don't want to get anything done because your insurance doesn't even cover it. Your copays are higher. Everything's a mess. So when you look at it in terms of saving money on your health by doing something like this, and your emotional health from saving you from all kinds of, just angst or dread or, whatever, this is a great place to put money in my opinion. So I like it. I've got a small front yard with a ton of leaves, and I've got a big backyard with a ton of grass. So between the two, I have a good time and I get it done. So this is a great tool. I'd recommend it to anybody. Let me show you a little bit more in terms of detail about it. This one that I'm using is a 38-inch Agri-Fab. It's just a real simple one. It's about 200 bucks. It's a kind of a two-piece setup with a catch bag and then the sweeper that goes in the front of it. As far as this one goes, this one's like 9 years old, and the person that had it before me was downsizing. There's a lot of that in this economy, so you can pick up riding lawnmowers cheap because people get rid of their big fancy houses. They need the cash. Perfect. Get your riding lawnmower. I haven't done any maintenance to this thing whatsoever. I mean, I use it hard. I mow these leaves up pretty fast. I don't go easy on it. It gets whacked by the tree swing. It gets hit by all kinds of stuff. And the thing just goes. It's a beast. I absolutely love this little thing. Like I say, I had to do a video on it. So step number one, you got to chase off all the stray cats that are attracted by the mice that are attracted by your chicken pen. Get out of here, cats. There's the chicken pen. There's the cats, hand in hand. That's the way it's got to be. That's the way barns work. Step number two, go unlock the barn and turn the alarm off. So that's where we keep the Agri-Fab. At least I keep it out of the weather. I haven't been very nice to the poor thing, but it's just a beast. It just goes and goes and goes. To turn the alarm off, you just grab the thing. I just put it on the side of the barn. It doesn't take up much space. It stores by two components. Just have them independent. Now the side that you see in my left hand, it's got a little bit of weight to it, but it's not too bad, and I don't have to go very far. That's why I keep it in that part of the barn. The other part, you just drop it on the ground until you got your mower hooked up. So your lawn tractor is going to have a little thing that you can either put a ball in or hook a trailer to. I made an adapter with the welder to where I can just drop a bolt through it like this, and then you just go to, put the back part on over the two little, I don't know what you'd call those, spires, shears, whatever. They drop in. You got a little safety catch. With these safety catches, if you forget to flip them or you don't want to, they just fall into place anyway as soon as you start moving. I mean, the thing's just designed that smart. You got this little guy here where you can adjust the angle of the sweeper. So if you don't want to sweep while you're on the way to where you're going, you just put it in this position and piece of cake. As for gaining access, it's such a short trailer, you can just do it while you're sitting on there. You can just drop it when you get there and then you're good to go. Fire up your little lawnmower, don't forget the choke now, and you're off. And what I like about the one that I have is it's a 38-inch, which isn't too wide. You can fit through both gates. Like I say, I'm not real careful with mine. It gets stuck on the gate all the time. I just plow it right through. It seems light enough and heavy duty enough that it just does great. Now I mentioned earlier that you can throw your leaves in a part of the property where you want to mulch them. And that's a great idea. You can put it with your other compost and things instead of just throwing it away. You can make fertilizer. Here's what I do with mine. Hoopah! I throw it over the fence, and once the chickens are convinced I'm done dumping it out, they just sneak back in there real excited. It's a treat for them, because in the leaves you'll find all kinds of stuff that they like to eat, whether it's seeds or bugs or whatever. I think they just like having something to do. I just like kicking stuff around and scratching in it. So, doesn't sound like a good time to me, kicking around and scratching in mulched up leaves, but hey, it makes their day. Or leaves that makes their day, depending on how you look at it. So, anyway, I do this, and as you can see, it's a good time for them. They look like little kids going into the balls at the, little pizza birthday place. It's less than 20 minutes to get all the leaves done. That's not bad. I can't complain about that. When I go to lift it over, I'm upright so it doesn't hurt my back. I win. So what's fun about this is you can be all green and nerdy as you want to be, and you don't have to feel like you drive a Prius or something. You don't have to sacrifice a lot. Basically, I didn't have to buy any garbage bags. You know, you invest in that one little piece of equipment and it'll fit in your trash can now because you've mowed it up. When I bought this thing, I bought the mower, I bought a little trailer that you see further back I keep behind the barn out of the sun. So I've got that attachment, I've got the Agri-Fab in this. I bought used on Craigslist for about $700, and that was probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I haven't done anything to that little Agri-Fab. I've just beat the snot out of it. I haven't lubed it, I haven't done any maintenance. I just drug it behind the mower, just beat it doing the neighbor's yard. It's hard for your neighbors to feel bad about you when you're doing their walnut tree leaves. I mean, it saves me hours of raking, saves them hours of raking. It's good neighbor relations, and it's green. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't see why you'd want to do it any other way than what I'm doing. I mean, if you want to throw it in the trash can, that's fine. But if you've got use for it, you know, for the mulched up leaves, then that's great. So this is what these things look like new. They get a little cover on the back to help pack the leaves in. And they're small. They're not some giant land yacht. It takes up a lot of room in your barn or anything. They're a sharp little unit. I put a link in the description.